Well, howdy, it's been a long time. It's been busy, life's been crazy. And so I decided to take this opportunity to do a TBB question and answer video. I have a list of questions that a lot of people ask me pretty often. I thought I'd go through them all. Now these are not in any particular order, I just kind of jotted them down. So the first question is, how did you start knife throwing? Well, I picked up a knife and I threw it. Well, truth be told, I needed a hobby. So I picked knife throwing. And just like with everything else I do in my life, I set my sights on something and I just go after it. Doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter where it is, I'm gonna get there and I'm gonna do it. So after I picked up a knife, I wanted to learn more about it. So I turned to YouTube. I found Xolette. If you guys know who she is, you should know who she is if you throw a knife. And she kind of introduced me to a bunch of different groups, techniques, and all sorts of stuff. And it just kind of grew from there. So the more I got into it, the more I wanted to learn about it, and here we are. Number 2, what is the best knife to start with? Well, you ask this question to any knife thrower, you're gonna probably get a different answer. Everybody's got a different thing, a different type of knife that they like, and some knives are cheap, some knives are expensive. I chose the cheap route because, well, I'm not that rich. And what I went with is the cold steel Sureflight. This is the first knife that I ever threw and stuck, and I actually really like these knives. A lot of people don't like them. They claim they break pretty easily, and perhaps that will happen if you throw it weird or hard or something, I don't know, but it's never, I had like 6 of these and they have never broke on me. I don't know, maybe I'm a light thrower. But either way, if you're looking to start, this is a good knife that I recommend to start with, and they're fairly cheap. You can find them on Amazon. I think they go for about like 15 bucks a pop, if that. I don't know, I'll have to look that up and put it down in the description. But yeah, this is a great knife to throw. You can throw it half spin, no spin, full spin, it don't matter. It's just a good starter. And then once you get comfortable, you can always move on to something of better quality. One other thing I wanted to mention is that most throwing knives are dull. There's no live edge here, so they're only pointy. So the stick is really what you're focusing on, and I don't really recommend throwing knives that are sharp, but as you get better at throwing knives and more comfortable, you will be able to eventually throw any knife. It won't matter what size it is, it won't matter if it has a live blade or a dull blade, you will be able to just pick it up and know how to throw it. And when I first started knife throwing, that was one of the things that my husband told me, and he actually threw knives quite a few years back. That's a whole nother story, I'm not gonna get into all that, but he did tell me that eventually I would get to that point, and I really didn't believe him. I'm kind of stubborn, but it's true. I mean, I'm kind of at that point now where I can hold a knife, kind of know how to do it and stick it, and I mean, I'm not gonna stick it every time, not like some kind of master, but I'll get it, because I can kind of work my way towards where I need to be and how it needs to be thrown. So that's something that's pretty cool, I think. Number 3, what is the best target? Well, you could throw a knife pretty much at anything. Cardboard boxes, drywall. I don't recommend that. Pine, cottonwood, there's a whole bunch of different types of targets that you could use. I mean, you could throw a butter knife into a cardboard box and it's still fun. As for me, what I use for my targets are the 4x4s, pine 4x4s, and I also have some pine log rounds. Either of those two things have always worked well for me. And you guys know this probably already, but I have a video on my YouTube channel that explains how I build my targets, so you might want to check that out. One of the things I do want to mention about these questions too is that I am planning to do a full YouTube video on everything knife throwing, from knives, knife makers, different types of groups on Facebook, pretty much everything. If you want to learn how to throw a knife, that's going to be the video to watch, because it's just going to have this vast array of information, competitions, all that stuff. So you'll get to get all the ins and outs, where the competitions are held at, and you can look up all this information and get as involved in the knife throwing community as you'd like. And trust me, you want to do that, because the knife throwing community is just a bunch of amazing people. I cannot stress that enough. They have changed my life. They're just awesome. Big, hard people, always wanting to help and help everybody grow and become the best thrower that they can be. Number 4, what is your favorite knife? It's a hard question, because I have a lot of knives and a lot of them are quality and beautiful and awesome thrower. I think we all know that my favorite Bowie knife is my Wright custom Algonquin Bowie. That's the one that's in my main TBB picture. But as far as like no spin and half spin knives, flying steel. Always go to flying steel first. You know, I don't really, when I go out to throw knives, sometimes I know what knife I'm gonna use. Sometimes I don't. I just kind of wing it and pick something or something I haven't thrown in a while and try to do it that way. So I don't really ever have a plan for anything I do. It just happens. I kind of like living life that way, to be honest. Just winging it every day. Okay, number 5. Are you a knife fighter? No. Number 6. Are you married? Yes. Yes, I am. Number 7. I get this one a lot lately. Do you make knives? Well, sort of. I mean, eventually I would like to make actual knives. That's kind of, it's in the back of my head. I just haven't gotten to that point yet. So that is going to happen. But for right now, I make these knives, these wood knives. Now, these are 2 of the ones I've made. Sorry, they're in a bag, but I try to protect them here out in the shop. But I'm planning to make more of these. I really enjoy putting the time, tediousness into these projects. They just bring me a lot of joy. So I'm hoping to make a sword. It's kind of one of my goals to do next. And actually make more of these too. And I tend to auction those off on either Facebook or Instagram. I would sell them, but I can't really put a price on that stuff. I don't know, I guess maybe I could if I really tried, but it's usually an auction. Also, another thing I have recently started is my own line of knife and hawk jewelry. This is one of the hawk necklaces. How good you guys can see this, that I've made. These sell for $25. And I have 2 of these right now, but I'm planning to make more of them. And they're really pretty, I think. They just kind of sit, you know, like that. Like a necklace should. And yeah, they're fun to make as well. And I'm gonna be making more of these in the future. And I will be selling these on my TBB page, probably Facebook and Instagram. So I do a lot of work on Facebook and Instagram. So if you guys are on YouTube and you're over on Facebook and Instagram, you should go follow me there, because I do post a lot more content there than I do on YouTube, because YouTube videos are kind of tedious. There's also these, you know, closer here. These are knife earrings. So do I make knives? Sort of. Anyways, number 8. I get asked this question a lot, especially on YouTube. Why don't you make more videos? Well, the truth is, I'm a busy woman. I'm a mother of 2 kids. My husband has some health issues, and I keep up this whole house, all of our crazy animals and everything pretty much on my own. And so making YouTube videos, as I said earlier, is a very tedious process. So to be able to find the time to sit down and edit and actually, you know, focus, put music, all that stuff, to whatever it is to make the video successful in my eyes, it takes a lot of time away from my kids. And so when I do make these videos, they're kind of spread out over a few months, and sometimes it can be sooner than that, but most times it's every month or every other month. So there's that. Number 9, how much are your knives? Well, they ain't for sale. Not any of them. Number 10, where did the name The Bladed Broad come from? It just popped into my head one day. Not even kidding. I was trying to come up with a name for my channel, and The Bladed Broad just clicked in my head. And at the time, I kind of questioned using the term broad for its very many definitions, if you will. To me, it was a good term for me because I'm kind of a very independent, stubborn woman. I just kind of do my own thing, and well, I don't take shit from anybody. So I thought that would be a good term for me. Plus, I like the term broad because it means this big open spectrum. Broad, broadly, broadish, broad. I just like it. So that's about it for now. I mean, as far as questions go, if you guys have any other questions, you are welcome to send them down below or message me. And sometimes I don't get to answer questions right away, but I do get back to you, and I will answer them as best I can. And if I don't know the answer, I will find somebody that does. So thanks for watching this little broadcast, see, broad, and hope you guys enjoyed this, a little bit different of a thing. And I'll be back soon. There's gonna be more to come, but just be patient, because I'm just abroad, winging life, making it, you know, every day a little bit here and there, being crazy. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video, and I will see you all very soon. Have an awesome day. Okay, looks pretty good. Holy cow. That, my friends, is a center cut.